Hi guys, and welcome to February 23rd. We're going to talk about some TV shows that we've been watching, either by ourselves or with each other. I was actually in my vlog yesterday talking about a new show that my mom tweeted about called Awake that's on NBC. I just watched that and it's really good. It's actually really interesting. It's probably got the most intense 15-second opening of any show. It's like, hey, this is a nice little scene, and then but anyways, you can watch it. The link will be below for that. It's on the NBC YouTube channel, which NBC has been so awesome to the YouTubers recently, giving content out before it actually premieres, because the show comes out I think March 1st. They actually have the main actor is Lucius, how do you say it? Lucius Malfoy?
Yeah.
from Harry Potter, so he doesn't have his white hair. How do you say it?
Sometimes I say Lucius and sometimes I say Lucius.
Yeah. I've always said Lucius. But it's really cool to see him actually in a different role, seeing him so many times in Harry Potter, and now actually seeing him with like short black hair.
The exact opposite.
Yeah. And he doesn't have his accent or anything, but he makes a really good lead character in the show. But anyways, the concept of the show, why it's called Awake, is because he is living a reality world, but then he is also living another world when he sleeps. So when he falls asleep, you don't actually really know which one is real, and everybody in each one of his consciousnesses is saying, like, this is the real reality. It's on the NBC site. You can subscribe to that channel for any new shows that are coming out, which I think is pretty awesome. Again, like I said, that NBC is giving YouTubers first look at TV shows. What is a show that you've been watching, Ingrid?
I have been watching...
I think I know what's coming.
Millionaire Matchmaker.
Yeah, she's been like stuck on these Bravo TV shows recently. Not that that's bad.
I've always liked the Millionaire Matchmaker, and the most current season, I believe, just ended not too long ago. Although I do think there was a Valentine's Day special or something like that. But I really enjoy...
I like it too.
Yeah.
I like the show.
I enjoy watching the show mostly because of Patty Stanger, who is the matchmaker / kind of like host.
Yeah. Did you start following her on Twitter?
Yeah, she's like the only celebrity that I follow on Twitter because
Besides me, of course.
Yeah, besides Liz.
I'm just kidding. I'm really not that cool.
I know everything is like set up, but it's still like fun to watch the whole matchmaking.
It's not completely set up.
Yeah, I mean
some of these millionaires are actually like kind of pretty big losers that need help, and so then they went to her, and then she's like, "You want to be on the show as well?" And so it's interesting because there's these guys that are not that attractive that are having a bunch of very attractive women.
And that's her real job, so that's what she really does.
She's very opinionated.
Yeah.
She's an opinionated lady. So a show that we've been watching together, we've talked about this before, is Fringe. Not sure exactly what's happening with current Fringe, but we've started on season 1, and now we are probably
almost finished with season 2.
Nearing the end of season 2, and it's getting really good. If you guys like cop drama, I like watching TV with Ingrid, so we get our little biohazard like onesie suits on and go out to the garage and watch it on the projector. It's starting to get pretty good with this whole like alternate reality thing that's happening. You can explain some of that's going on, I guess.
Yeah, that was the thing that I was most intrigued about, because the show kind of starts off with a Monster of the Week format, and you kind of just have to push through that and get past that. Because
but it's not bad.
Yeah. It's just not as good as the show.
It lets you get to know the characters, I guess.
And there really is a bigger storyline, and I really enjoy the whole alternate reality concept, and that is my favorite part of the show, and that's what they're really starting to dive into now, so I'm like,
yeah.
I like it.
That's why I liked Awake as well, because they kind of play off of that, and I think everybody can relate to the whole like dream aspect, maybe like dreaming in another reality. In fact, my dream last night, it was crazy. I dreamt about a song and that I was writing, and it was probably the best song that I had ever written in my dream. And then woke up with it still kind of like playing in my head with all the melodies and all of the violins and strings and stuff. And it's one of those things that it just like 5 minutes later it was gone out of my head. I don't know how that happens, but I wish they made like a DVR for like the brain so that when you're dreaming you can like remember it and watch it back. Like that would be so amazing because like my subconscious is probably better at writing songs than my consciousness. One of my favorite movies is actually Groundhog's Day, and that is kind of like a what if type of movie where like you wake up and it's the same type of thing. Like, is he dreaming or is it actually just like, I'm gonna stop talking. So what's another show that you've been liking? Because we just talked about Fringe.
I've also been enjoying this Lifetime TV series, which I think is in its third or fourth season. I've been watching it because it's on Netflix. It's called Drop Dead Diva, and it's a Lifetime show, so it can be a little bit cheesy at times, but
I don't know if I've heard of that one.
I think it's just a fun show to watch. It's about two women who die, they get killed in different ways, and one of them, she goes to this place where they decide whether or not you're going to heaven or hell, and she gets herself sent back.
So they're in
down.
Limbo.
Yeah, basically.
Get Limbo, you get it? She's been playing Limbo on.
Yeah, fun game.
Alright.
And so she gets sent back to Earth, and instead of going into her original body, she goes into the other lady that died, who happened to be a lawyer. And so this girl she wanted to be an actress, and she was really good looking and just very energetic and bubbly. And she gets transferred into this lawyer's body, so she still has her personality, but she has all of the lawyer's like knowledge.
Oh, so she took some of the stuff from the person that she like transported.
Yeah.
TV shows are weird.
I think
they all have different sets of rules.
I just really like the whole storyline because I really, really love the character of the lawyer, Jane. I think it's a great show for girls to watch because it really focuses on being comfortable with yourself, because Jane originally starts off as a very like insecure character, and she's beautiful. She's a very beautiful actress, and Deb, the girl that gets transferred into her body, kind of like realizes the struggles that Jane has had to go through. So it's kind of her like struggling with dealing with being Deb, but also Jane at the same time. And I really like the show.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. And Deb's boyfriend works at the law firm too, but he doesn't know that Deb is actually in Jane's body. So
okay.
Yeah.
One that I've been watching on my own, actually with Joey, is Walking Dead, which again, I think I've talked about Walking Dead a little bit in my vlogs. It is one of those that if you're not into gory things like blood and guts and kind of like face peeling back so you can see people's teeth and like jawbones and stuff, like especially with this last episode we watched 2 nights ago, it's like the newest episode of season 2, because season 2 went away for a while and now it just came back, and these new episodes that they're releasing are like intense. Alex, Joey, and I watched it the other night, and we're out there in the garage just like, what is this? I mean, it's a zombie show, so obviously there's gonna have aspects of it, but I love that type of stuff. And yeah, it's kind of like survival of the fittest versus like people that want to maintain their humanity. There's a lot of that struggle going on between the two main characters in the show, and I'm always siding for the people that are trying to like survive the most instead of the ones that are like we can't leave anybody behind type of thing. And so Joey and I we talk about that aspect quite a bit. But anyways, Walking Dead, I really like.
I want to start watching that show because it's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's really good.
And I love zombie stuff.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
Like, it's not Plants vs. Zombies.
No.
It's not those type of zombies. It's not like
lots
little cartoons.
of zombie movies, and those are, like, I would say one of my favorites.
Yeah.
I like shows that are kind of about, like, the world ending and the last survivors, like, fighting against something.
Yeah.
So another show that I have really enjoyed for a while that just came back not too long ago for the second season is Being Human on the Sci-Fi Network. It's originally a show that started in the UK, but now there is an American version that airs on the Sci-Fi Network, and it's really good.
I've had people tweet at me about that show and say that I would like it.
I love it. My old roommate actually recommended that show to me because she's really into TV, so she always has good TV recommendations, and she's very picky about what she watches, and so she recommended this show to me, and I really enjoy it. It's about a vampire, a ghost, and a werewolf who all live in like the same
Sounds
house.
like the start of a bad joke.
Yeah, it does. So a vampire, a werewolf, and a ghost all live together. I really, really enjoy the ghost story, and I haven't started watching the second season, but I don't think I'm too far behind, so I'm gonna start watching the second season because I really enjoyed the first season.
It used to be like if you missed a show, you would have to wait for it to like come out on a DVD box set, but now you can just go to like their website or find it another way and then be able to watch it, stream it from somewhere. So another one that this will probably be the last one I want to talk about. There was a few other ones. I think I'm probably gonna watch The River tonight or tomorrow. The River is a new show. I think it's like, is it Steven Spielberg or J.J. Abrams? It's one of those guys. It's supposed to be like the new Lost or something. I've heard people talk about it. I've seen billboards everywhere for it. Seen the first episode of Alcatraz, thought it was okay, but then people have been tweeting me saying that it's like, gets better. So I want to go and get back into that. But the one that I wanted to talk about was Ringer, which is actually starting to get really good. I've said in prior videos that Ringer is kind of the show that Joey and I would go to if there was nothing else on. It was kind of like, well, I guess we could watch The Ringer, since there's no new episodes of Terra Nova or whatever show that we really liked. But it's actually starting to get really, really good, and it's another one of those alternate realities where twin sister moving into her evil twin sister's life. The good twin sister is actually making the life around her better in her evil twin sister's life. There's some like really, really interesting plot twists that are happening. The daughter had sex with one of her teachers in the school, and it's just kind of like a lot of shock value happening in that show where Joey and I are like, what?
I'm a couple episodes behind you guys. I think I was ahead of you guys for a while.
Yeah.
Because I think over Christmas time I would watch Ringer like an episode or two before bed. It was kind of like my routine. I would have one of your bakery cookies and watch Ringer before bed, like while my Vlogmas videos were uploading. But I really enjoy the show too, and I think a lot of Buffy fans are rooting for Sarah Michelle Gellar. I know I am. It's like, yes! And it has turned out to be a much better show than I thought it was going to be.
It starts really slow. You just have to be prepared for that. I mean, I know it's still in its first season and stuff, but I've heard like the first season of Buffy is terrible. There might be people that agree or disagree with me on that, but even people that have tried to get me into Buffy, it's like you have to power through the first season. That's a lot of episodes to watch. And I don't know if I have the patience to get through that, but then Buffy gets supposedly really, really good.
Yeah.
Is interesting and then gets not very interesting, and then you're like, why am I watching it? And then now stuff is starting to happen. I probably will do this like once or twice a month, just talk about TV shows that I like, because that's something that I think you're watching a YouTube video, you probably watch TV as well online. I think it's something cool to talk about. And I will probably see you tomorrow. Thanks for being on the show with me, Ingrid. That was dumb.
You're very welcome, mister. Have a great day.